Like we're going good. Waiting for the previews to come up real quick. While I wait for those to come up, just want to let you guys know while I was out doing the Pokemon raid, I'll let this continue. And as you can tell, quite a bit finished. It had used up all the power cells I even had in queue being made, so I had to go and queue up some more. Otherwise, it looks like it's getting pretty well done. What I plan on doing with this bottom half, or I should say up here, but basically mirroring the bottom on the top, and then from there I'm going to branch out wings from each of these points for manufacturing, refinery, storage. There was a fourth one. I had four. Maybe two of them will just be storage for the manufacturing and the refinery. Yeah, I'll just do two wings of storage and whatnot. Uh, Trying to mirror this up there is gonna be fun as hell. A lot of these, a lot of this armor is 2 heavy blocks deep. I know it's a little overkill. Oh, okay. It's just the way the texture is from a distance. Why is preview not coming up? But yeah, once these batteries are done getting made, then I'll start doing the wings. And on the wings, not literally say wings, like flying wings, but they're also going to have the thrusters on them to help maneuver the station as needed. Try to help keep it in orbit. I'll have to have a... Oh, I know what the fourth one was going to be. It was going to be partial storage and command center. What was I going to... Oh, I was going to do... No, wait. The command center was going to be up on top. I was bouncing around the two ideas, trying to figure out which one would have been best. Observation's not too bad. Didn't really make an easy way of getting into the observation. Should have. Actually, since it was been running for a while, I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Oh, crap. That's what's going on. It's replaying the video. I love how YouTube keeps wanting to give me a tutorial and then takes me out of where I want to. But hopefully, once I get a command center up on here and thrusters, then this should be able to walk. Right now, all it is, it's holding all this together between the ship and the station, is basically one of these two blocks. Technically both. But if you take one of these out, the whole thing should disconnect. Right now, oh, I just realized I don't have any gyros on this thing either. Probably do a beam straight up on four sides of all the gyros. I just realized. Corners are not done the same. Wait, there. There. Okay. I'm just thrown off because these are built and those aren't. Yeah, there you go. Okay, click. Gyroscope. That off. I don't know. I think functional block would be a battery. Wouldn't it? The production go. Keep them busy. Using them all up as they go. Pushing it. You need to do, however, find a spot to put a teleporter pad in the way. Any cornered area. Realize something? Inside. Frames. No, it's not frames. Is it frames? Yeah, it's frames. 13 frames. 16, 33, 25. Huh. No, I'm not gonna have enough. Yes, I can. Oh, wow. Even better. Did I? Hmm. Okay, well, that works too. Doesn't seem right. Ah, transport pad. I thought it was teleport. Transport works even better. Wait just a darn minute. Okay. Oh, well. Confusing myself because of the alterations.
Meteor storm inbound.
You would think you'd be able to.
Inventory full.
Yeah. I was thinking I menus I can name these as I go. I need to store some, sort some of this. Some of this is in places it really shouldn't be. I'm running on. Yep. The hell? Oh, that's that YouTube link I sent to a friend earlier. uh, Think about it. I could replace more batteries if I expand. Ooh, that FPS and CPU drop. Holy. See if I can get myself a Windows server and run a VM on my server. Oh, I could actually. Yeah. Good. I don't know if those are. Those. Oh, hello. Oops. I think nope. Nope. Could be good. If I were to. Like that. Still have access to repairing those. Yeah. Gotta have that on there. Oh yeah, I forgot. The batteries don't give you power cells back. Rather annoying. Theoretically. Good. Batteries. These freaking magnet boots are driving me a little nuts. Nothing to be concerned of. But one like oh, wait a minute, I can't do that because then it blocks access to the other ones to repair. That's disorienting a little bit.
Meteor storm inbound.
That way. Kids. Wait a minute, did it already finish all the... I'll be damned. Oh hell, the batteries are charged. So which ones are... I can't see which ones are the new ones, so they're going to be charging and discharging at random. Yeah, well. In case the ship gets disconnected for whatever reason, at least there is some reserves. I'd say for now, let's... turn off. Okay, they're all off. I'd like to put a glass or a window like over the... So this... I don't know, if I put a window over the walkways, can I do that? Of course I don't have a girder. Oh, I didn't realize it was getting dark in here. Alright. Let's go with 100. I don't know how many I'm going to place them, but... both? Both appear to be doing the same damn... That's the one I want, 6. Okay. God damn it. Can't tell which way they are until I sit there and play with the buttons, and I shouldn't have to sit there and play with the buttons to figure out. You. Yeah, I'm at a girder. I am Bender. Insert girder. Oh, there you are. I was almost done, and I double tap it. Rather leave these where I can access them at least. Is that 2? That's 2. I need a 3x2. I'm using a inverted 3x2 that's inverted. Fucking girders. Trying to figure out which button to use for each of the areas I get to. Minimal buttons needed. Ah, doing so well. Alright, now for the top half.
Meteor storm inbound.
Damn it. Fuck it. I'll do this side, it's easier to aim at. You know what? Turn that back off. And from here, you'd be able to, yeah, just walk right on through all this. Do repairs as needed and get my butt back on out of here. Yeah, I can go through all these corners. Ain't too bad. Well, are they not going to do anything? Or is it, I want to say that looked kind of cool. Let's just get to mirror this bottom half to the top half. Kidding me? Oh. There we go. Actually, quick. I will say it looks kind of good. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna mirror. Will be a chore. I know it's possible. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best method of doing it. Probably shouldn't have put all these windows in when I did. Because they watch out. Yeah, I'll probably just do this outer ring. Just get a base going. First off, critters. What happened?
Meteor storm inbound.
Sounds more like your gigantic and not your Steam.
It's linked to my
Gigantic? Well, if your gigantic email address was changed, it's no longer linked to your Gmail. I still don't think you're gonna have to get a new Steam account. Oh yes, girder. Don't want missiles. God damn it. Yeah. I think I got it. I should have noticed it when that message came up. What? Oh, I'm one block high. That's why. You know, that doesn't look right. Does not. There's an extra battery there. Yeah. Put a battery. How am I gonna get to that other one underneath of it? Should look like that. Hell, there's one. Yeah, something goofed up on. Could be it. Recharge. What the freak? Oops. Oh, wait. Sure. Hey, Mitch Ant 26, how's it going? I'll get a shot with you in here in just a moment. And get this last ring in. Someone just followed me. Mitch Ant, thanks for the subscription. How's it going? Sorry, say that again.
Like,
I think I'm in. Hmm. Yeah. Updated Malwarebytes, right? Oh, those old yellowish looking ones? Yeah. Oh yeah, those are great for distressing. Oh, with art, yeah. Enchant said hello, he's subscribed. Any responses to asking how he's... No, mic is on. Mic is shut. I guess he came, said hello, subscribed, and left. I like the... Not conquered, he subscribed. Yeah, I guess. Alright, let me get my... I was gonna go for my usual. Oh, I had a can over here already. Freaking hooks. Alright, I'm back. There we go. That looks better. Problem is... those of you lazy who don't like... Leslie will be home here in about 20. Alright, where was I? Alright, it's too quiet. Haven't had any worthwhile chats. I'm going to...
Meteor storm inbound.
Just a second.
No, they keep requesting.
Your cancer.
Now here.
Alt tab. Not the alt tab I was looking for. Damn it. Oh, I missed one, but holy crap. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Got 3 down and then iron. Wait a minute. Oh. Hmm. $40. Looks like you just have a layer of yeah.
Meteor storm inbound.
Well, one thing's there's I'm gonna have to take that out. Right, now I have room. Alright, let's get.
Meteor storm inbound.
Wait, that can't be right. That can't be right. No, that can't be right. That's not even. I have one, two. Yeah. Deal. Deal, and then. Oh! It goes another block deeper. I forgot about that. This layer is actually steel. I've got a layer of batteries I have to take out. Welcome back. Good outside? Okay. Guys, go ahead and leave the doors open. Oh, those work. Oh, can opener. I'm trying to figure out what the heck I was listening to. Yeah. Take a while. Ooh, chugging. Be a chugging chug. Really? I thought they had this fixed. I get. Station upside down. Looks like, oops. Forget to turn off fucking batteries. Come on. There we go. That'll prevent it. That mistake saved. Here. Think. Yes, I know the ship is upside down compared to the state. And Wait a minute. I done goofed. I done goofed. I come back. Hey. If we're not doing too much exciting. Building a stick. You did close all the windows in the car, right? Like an idiot. I'm going the wrong freaking direction. I am going the wrong fucking direction. Damn it. This is why you don't feel able to block straight through. Damn it. No desktop. Leave mixer. Everything on. Everything's max, but it's too damn. Oh, it's because of the buzzing sound. Okay, obviously I did not finish episode 4.
Meteor storm inbound.
What's up? Try. I've been behind. I haven't finished it. Do what?
Meteor storm inbound.
One, two. Six. Un momento, por favor. God. How's it going, Melandropix or Melandropix? Sure which way to pronounce your name. How's it going? Four. Okay. I'm just kind of working on a space station right now. Looks kind of big, but it's gonna be a bit bigger. I'm gonna have 4 wings coming out from each side. 2 sides are gonna be storage, while the other 2 directions you want, that's gonna be production and refinery. Center port is just power, power, power. Oh, and storage right at the center, but mostly for uranium. It's definitely worth it. It's in a way like Minecraft, but more sci-fi, more freedom. You can go down to the planets, which obviously it gets bigger the closer you get, and you can travel between planets. The planets don't really move. The sun does. Whatever. There it is. Yeah, the sun will move around. So you have to be careful with your solar panels and whatnot. Here, let me show you my currently a main ship. Kind of big. It took a little while to make. It's covered in solar panels just for situations like this where I'm just kind of idling, so it keeps it somewhat charged. Currents to help keep the meteors away, which you can turn those on and off. I've got a mining ship to go through not me. Yeah, asteroids. Which you can kind of see one way over there that's more of an O shape. No, I didn't build a hole. I make a hole in it. It's just how it generated. There is a subreddit of a lot of the people's builds and whatnot. You also have to balance oxygen, electricity, and in some cases hydrogen. Like what my guy is using for moving around in space with is hydrogen, which you can kind of see at the bottom left. You get your health, oxygen, electric, or energy, and hydrogen. You can carry bottles with you to kind of help keep it filled. As you can tell, I'm almost out of oxygen on that bottle, and then once that's gone, you can look on the the O2, the bottle icon on that will vanish, and what's left in that bar will go down, and then I'll obviously die. But I can go inside one of the ships, or even my little transport ship, to pretty much re-energize, refuel myself. There is some monsters a little bit here and there, but only if you have those enabled, and those are only on planets. Otherwise, in space, the only ones you have to worry about is rogue or enemy ships, which right now I'm playing in single player. Multiplayer, you have to worry about other player factions. There's a number of ways to get oxygen, either from ice that you get from mining, or these little guys here, which will generate oxygen when they're in direct sunlight like these guys are, and the bars will tell you how efficient they're doing it based on how much energy they're getting. Parents from away meteors. I do not have. I just got me. Didn't catch it fast enough. I'm assuming it was you, Malin, that followed me. Yes, thanks for following me on Twitch. You got your thrusters. There's 3 different types of thrusters. You got your. Let's see if I looked up the items. This is why, by the way, the crafting screen where you can choose what you want, put it in the hotbar, and it even gives you an idea of what it takes for like a normal light block. Required opponents. For a light armor block, it's 1, while heavy take a little bit more. You don't have to craft it like a Minecraft block, but you can, as long as you have the basic block, the first part of it, you can place it down like kind of. If I was on the right side. You get kind of like a grid going on here. I don't know if you played 7 Days to Die, but it's in a way similar. Where you got a grid block where you can place it to get an idea where things are, and then you can go back and place put it back together. There is a workshop on Steam where you can get a lot of mods. One of my favorite mods on here, which is a bit CPU intensive, is called Nanites, which it will go through and build the blocks. So even though I've got blocks that I can't really get to, it will build them for me. So I just build the structure and let it build from there, and I've been doing my space station in layers that way. Now I'm just kind of replicating the bottom to the top, which you have to think 3-dimensional when you're floating around. If you're on planets, it takes more hydrogen to fly around, but you can just walk around or drive around. You do have wheels. Bit glitchy on the settings, but you can fine-tune a lot of the settings. Let me show you the menus when you're interacting, not with just the block itself, but you can interact with the blocks that are attached. If I scroll all the way down, because I've got a lot. That's just in survival. Creation, there is a creative mode. It depends on if you have it enabled or not, but you can go into combat with each other in PvP. PvE, like I said, there is NPC rogue ships that fly around that you can go into combat with. There is wolves and spiders on Earth-like planets. I got meteors coming in. If you're on a planet meteors land, you can get some items from them. You can kind of see Earth in the distance there, but that's where I started off with. And yeah, there was wolves, spiders, big spiders. You think? I want to say roughly the same size of spiders on Minecraft if you've played or watched any of that. The game is worth it. There is weekly updates to help fine-tune a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of missiles and turrets basically because of the NPCs, ships that tend to roam too close. I don't think these meteors are going to get close enough to be shot at by the turrets. You can customize what the turrets and the missile turrets will shoot at. Basically, in enemy players, you can turn off neutral, so if you have somebody who's not at a enemy faction or enemy player, they won't shoot at. Choose distance of when they start shooting. The further the distance the item or the thing it's going to shoot at, the less accurate it's going to be. Kind of careful of that. Every block has a durability, so you have to kind of keep an eye on that. Oxygen in your ship so you don't suffocate. There's a fair bit of physics to the game, but along with physics, you have those interesting game physics bugs, which is in a way entertaining, but also quite rather annoying. That's about it. I don't really have the ship set in motion to where it can fly around. Oh yes, here, let me show you. Whoops. Like I said, when you think in 3-dimensional, you tend to get flip-flopped around. But yeah, this shop I completely built myself, not from a schematic. You can get blueprints from other players on the workshop and whatnot, in case you don't want to craft. But here's the front of my ship. That, like I said, I placed all the blocks and then I let Nanites build it all. The interfaces here are ran by scripts, which I'll let you look into that later. I'm not going to go into those detail. You can have interior turrets for defenses, so in case a player gets inside your ship, they'll shoot at the enemy if they're set that way, just like the Gatling turrets outside. The walking you hear is my mag boots kicking on. I can turn on my gravity generator if I wanted to, but I'm not going to bother. Cryo chambers, you got to be careful of those. You got to keep them powered. That way if you die, you can respawn at them. Well, not at those, it's the med bay, excuse me. The cryo chambers are good for if you are in multiplayer or single player and you want... You just heard a door, I swear. I'm the only one on here because that's single player. Anyways. I'm gonna float. But yeah, these med bays will do the same thing as I said in that cockpit earlier. If you hear laughing, I do apologize. That's my roommate. I think that's an ore detector. Yeah, ore detector for detecting ores and meteors. It's not a lot of space in here. I didn't really build it for space, more of compact and traveling. Gravity generator. Projector, that's useful for projecting a blueprint, so that way you know where to place blocks. Combine that with the nanites plug-in, and it pretty much rebuilds the ship if I take damage. I got little buttons here I can push for running commands on stuff without having to go into the interface itself. Vents for pushing in and out air. Right now I have air turned off, so all the vents have pulled in all the air. So I don't waste any. Jump drives, or if you're a Trekkie, warp drives. I built this space mostly for building little ships, but I made the mistake of not building these high enough. They're 3 blocks high. I should have built them 5 blocks high, otherwise they're not quite that useful. I don't remember what the hell those are called. Oh, gyroscopes. Gyroscopes are useful for if you want to rotate the ship and keep it in a direction without it randomly rotating on yourself. I've got kind of a dead end here. I planned on expanding on the ship. Just haven't quite got there yet. That's about it. Oh yeah, that's another script I got where I can get a top-down and side views of damaged blocks to let me know what block or where my ship's been damaged. Got my oxygen tanks. There is hydrogen tanks around here someplace. You probably can't see them. Got my Jesus glitching. That never happened before. Oh, conveyors. In order for inventory to move from one block to another, let's say go from a refinery or cargo to refinery to manufacturing, you have to... Oh, yes, you can definitely fly the ship. Now I have the thrusters turned off because I've got my incomplete space station attached. I would detach from the space station, but right now it doesn't have thrusters, so if I were to detach, it'll start kind of moving on its own. The last thing I wanted to do is for it to just fly towards Mars. However, I can go into my smaller ship, which is a little bit more maneuverable than my mining ship, I should say. Oh yeah, and command stations. Can't have a space station without, or not space, a ship without command stations. This is a teleporter pad. Again, another mod. Useful. Let me teleport to my... Where is it? Transporter. There it is. Teleport to that real quick instead of having to fly out. Even if I were to fly this big hunky mothership, it's not very maneuverable, but it's doable. I plan on making a bigger mothership at some point. That is not the transport ship. With mods, yes. There is a lot of mods. You just gotta remember, if your computer can't handle it, try not to have too many mods. Think of it like Fallout or Skyrim. The more mods, the more processing it's gonna take. The one mod on here that I like using but kills my performance, the simulation speed, kind of like the tick speed on Minecraft is the best way I can explain it, will start to chug when the the nanites are running around building and repairing stuff. Before I go any further, I'm going to do a save. It's going to take a little bit in case this transport ship of mine gets destroyed. I don't know if I have a blueprint of it or not, but I'd rather it not just get destroyed. I use it for landing on planets that I haven't been on yet. Build a basic base, which I'll go down to Mars here in a moment to show you planetary. There is gravitation forces. Mars has about 8 times the gravity on this game than Mars does, or Earth does. Now, they're not necessarily Earth and Mars. It's just the best way to explain them. There is a alien planet, which I don't have any way of relating to it, but it has a 15 times gravity. I have to be incredibly careful on that. My hotbar will change based on what I have equipped for the command control. Let me refamiliarize myself. I need to... gyroscopes are on. Batteries on. I think those are my navigation thrusters. Maneuvering thrusters, yes. Let me turn that on. I'm going to turn 3 off to detach. Excuse me. Unlock, then detach. Oh, and landing gear. Gotta forget about landing gear. Yes, there is a lot of multiplayer servers. Why am I not? Oh, I have recharge on. Excuse me. Oh, you're kidding me. Did I have those mixed up? Discharge on and off. Charge is on. Okay, I think I got this mixed. Only problem I have is these menus. I always forget when I don't use these things often enough. And the ion thrusters should... They're not. Fuck it, I'll turn on the generators. There we go. Alt key allows me to move around, otherwise I can hit V and go into first person mode. Now this is not a fighter ship, so it's not incredibly fast, but it's useful. Let me see here, there is no unknown signals around here at the moment. I don't have anything to chase after. Here, let me switch back into third person. Now, I only have maneuvering thrusters on. I'm pretty sure if I kick on all the thrusters... Well, not all the thrusters. There we go. Now all my thrusters are on. It's going to take more power. I have less time to work with. Actually, no, I have plenty of time to work with. Forgot I increased the battery power. You can look on the left side here next to my bars, my speed. And you go up to 100 meters a second if you really wanted to. Another thing's mostly set for landing. Just a second. You're talking about this one over here on the right that says Tunnel Miner? It's basically designed for tunneling through meteors. Not meteors, asteroids. I get the two mixed up so much. But yeah, I can tunnel through an asteroid to get the ores I want, turn around and come back through and make another run through. I really can't explain it much better than that. I do have some ejector pods that help filter out a lot of the stone that I don't normally need. So that way all I keep is the ore that I want. A lot of thrusters. I got some landing gear on one side to help lock it in place. Yes. As long as you're creative and don't be afraid to look up stuff on YouTube. Granted, some of it may be out of date because of the updates, but the basics are there. You just got to remember, any item that's moving from one place to another has to have an inventory control system through it. So, like all the... yeah, let me get closer. The drills on the front are connected to a conveyor, which feeds through, believe it or not, you can do it through items that you wouldn't normally think about. But I got a large storage container there. I've got a large generator there in case I need extra power. And I believe I have another large storage partway down this way where my thrusters are attached to. And then I have the conveyor boxes, which is where items move through. and then my ejectors to help push out all the stone that I'm digging up. There may seem like there's a lot of ejectors, but that's the only way I can push out stone as fast as I dig it up. Then you have antennas. If you're within range of one antenna to another, you can remote control some stuff from a distance. If you have cameras, you can see through those cameras. So you can have rovers. Technically you can't because of the distance, but in a way, for the best way to explain it, you could be on Earth, and you can't, just to let you know, you could be on Earth controlling a rover on a floating planet or an asteroid, just because the antennas are talking to each other. Or if you need to go further, you can get laser antennas looking to each other, as long as there's line of sight. I don't know if the antennas are going what I think it is offhand. Okay, I'm not an expert. Take a little bit of salt, but yes, it's pretty much most of what I'm saying is what I've learned, what I've self-taught, and a lot of YouTube for like, okay, I think this is possible. You can't figure out how to do it in creative on your own. There is people who's done it on YouTube. There is a subreddit on reddit.com of space engineers where you could ask. There's Discord channels. There's a lot of capabilities. I've got mods in here for... Oh yeah, I can even interact with all the blocks on my ship if I really wanted to. Oh yes, the 3 types of thrusters. You get your hydrogen, which is useful for going between gravitational places like Earth before you can hit space. Space, ion thrusters are better, but on Mars they do nothing. On Earth, the normal thrusters... I don't know if I have... I don't think I have any on here. I think I have... Yeah, I think I just have hydrogen. But ion and hydrogen are the best if you want to leave the atmosphere, leave a planet and get up into space. The ion's good for maneuvering in space. You can use hydrogen on both, but you will use up the hydrogen resource. Ion just uses electricity. I would suggest looking at some tutorial videos of the very basics to expand. Oh wait, I got something I can chase after. Unknown signal. This is something they recently added to the game. Just random resource deposits that show up. Oh, there is dampeners on here, so you don't have to hold down the forward button if you want to go to a certain speed. I'm going to get up to about 50 meters a second real quick, and I'm going to turn off dampeners. I can turn off my thrusters, and I can just float. Because in space, when there's no resistance, an object in motion stays in motion until fought against. What key is it? There we go, dampeners. Oh, it turns off. I don't know. So here in a bit, I can make it to that unknown signal. Turn dampeners off. That way I keep going straight. And on the right, you can see how much hydrogen I have, which is at 94%. And my energy level, how much power I'm pulling, and how many days, or how much power, or how much time I'll have until all the power is depleted at the current rate. Unknown signal is not enemies. It's random resource or storage boxes that show up that you can use. You can get lucky and find rare stuff. Problem is these things stay in place, but if I bump it, it keeps going, so it gets hard to grab it. I need to make a ship that has a gravity tunnel, basically, to grab it. That way I can go, so I can, well, take out what I want. And the T-13, that means when it will despawn. But it's not going to despawn anytime soon, because I'm about to finish it here. Now, I'm not going to shoot or anything. You can put weapons, or direct weapons, like direct missile launchers and turrets. But I haven't had to make any small ships yet. I haven't quite felt like going into that kind of a combat. So I'm going to get close to this. I'm going to get out of my cockpit and see what inventory this thing has. They added parachutes to the game. I haven't used them yet, but basically you can drop out of orbit. Oh shit. A little close. Now, every time I go to near one of these, I want to say that it's gonna kick my ass and have like a booby trap on it, but so far I haven't had any. This is interesting. It's a complete cube. Oh, I bumped it. All it has is iron. I need to empty my inventory. Oh, you have to be careful getting close to the thrusters. You can take damage. Wait a minute. That had more than just... Yeah, it had more. You want to let me take it? Alright, well, there wasn't a whole lot of excitement in this one. Oh, and when you look at something, you can see bars. Let me see if I can find one. Like this parachute hatch. If you find an enemy vehicle or something and you want to take control of it, you can damage it below the functional hack bar, then repair it, and you take control of it. You just gotta be careful, because if you have any enemy blocks on the vehicle and you go near one of your defenses, you'll start getting shot at. So you have to be very careful. These were all light blocks, so that got cut down pretty quickly. Okay, let's drop off a bunch of random stuff that I don't need. But yeah, looking at this ship, I've got a lot of thrusters on it, mostly for maneuvering and landing on a planet. Taking this thing and landing on Mars, I want to say it took me 3 tries, because I was getting close, and then I let it drop for what I thought was like a meter or two, and it just disintegrated because of the gravity. Alright, let's head back to... Oh yeah, from Earth to Mars, that's about 2,000 kilometers. Alright. Oh, and that's that ship we just left. So, let's get closer. Now, this game is still in beta. You will get at random quirks. I have had, and this is in a way comical but gets annoying after a while, the big mothership minus the space station. When I was using the jump mechanism to get closer, which I was able to go about 1,000 kilometers a time, it will start shaking like so, and I'd have to save, exit, come back in, and I was fine. It was some weird glitch. Some people call it clang, Wrathic clang, or God clang. You think, but if you're going 100 meters a second, that doesn't mean shit. Let my thrusters slow me down. Even though I'm facing the ship, shit. I'm gonna crash. Have fun. There you go. You got some explosives. And I think I just crashed. Oh, hell, I survived. Well, there's your physics for you. Oh, God. And I'm still maneuvering because I lost part of that. I don't have any right thrusters anymore, but... Was that one of my... Yeah, there's one of my landing gear. Oh, God. I have no rear thrusters either. Let's see if I can maneuver this back. I can't push forward because I have no forward momentum thrusters. Oh god. Yeah, you have to be careful with physics. Let's see here. How much power do I have in this thing? 70, 67 years worth of power now because I lost half my ship. You can tell on the hydrogen thrusters. Let me back up. You got your big yellow spots and your little yellow spots. Those are connectors. Oh wow, my big ship just shot a meteor out of it from getting close. But that's how items move. And just because you put a big yellow transporting side on a little, they're not going to transport. You got to think like pipes. You can't put a small pipe with a big pipe. It just doesn't work that way. Okay, well, I'm going to load back. Just because that little storage thing I chased after really didn't have anything worthwhile. The main menu has some crashes animations going on in the background. It is entertaining to watch. It ever makes it there. Now this game, if you have a lot going on, I shouldn't say a lot going on. Yeah, you can see some of the crashing going on here. It's from older versions of the game, so not everything's going to look the same, but yeah, there you go. There's one where they land like right to the side of a cargo area, and it just disintegrates half the not cargo, the docking bay. See, now he's going back in and repairing it. And you have to be careful when your thrusters, depending on the thrusters and the block that it's facing against, you have to be careful where if you put a block too close, it will slowly damage that other block, or a thruster will damage that block. So let's say you make a ship and it's right on the platform and that thruster is facing right on it. When you go to push thrust on it to go up, you're putting so much force on that block, you will cause it to be damaged. And if you do it for too long, it will destroy the block. Now you can see him making a ship, just randomly going from block to block, just to show it off. But I'm gonna zoom you through the inside. There is a video here somewhere that explains, or not explains. Oh, here you go. Big ship crash. Oh. Okay, yeah, big ship crashing. And he's just like real close to the action as his ship gets cut in half. And he just floats away. I'm like, bye-bye. Oh, there's a laser antenna I was talking about. Yeah, I hear them singing out there. And you can chain link the lasers together so you can control something at a very far distance. But yeah, there's a little rover on wheels. As it gets crushed by a bigger one. Okay. I'm gonna load. This is gonna take a couple of minutes for the save to load. And if you start a game in, let's say, creative or solo, you can go. You can click on your save, go to edit, and you can swap it to the other. So if it started in survival, you can switch it to creative and then swap it back if you really wanted to. Useful if you want to test something with your current setup. And you can do you can do separate saves. So if you want to test something like in Skyrim or Fallout, you can do an alternative save and then just go kill people. You can do the same thing in Space Engineers. Granted, you're not going to get any issues just randomly killing people because you're going to be killing people anyways. If you want to test something up, or you just want to take your ship and just go straight towards the planet and just watch it disintegrate when it lands in it, you can do that. Then you go back to your previous save and nothing's happened. Yeah, there is a lot of mods. There's a lot of schematics. There's a lot of creations. Some mods or some schematics will require, hey, you got to have these two mods to work, otherwise part of the functionality is not going to work. one of the main creators of Space Engineer streams on a regular basis. I want to say sometimes every day, sometimes once a week. Zockley on Twitch. He'll do competitions and whatnot on Space Engineers. It'd be you'd make races and you have this little pre-saved world where racing tracks going around, or he'll get on a random server and a lot of people will join with him, go on that server, and just sometimes wreak havoc. Sometimes they'll have competitions just building stuff. There's a lot of freedom in this game. You just don't eat food. You don't drink water. That's about it. Oh, and you don't have to sleep. You do have to remember, if you're, let's say, on Earth where there's oxygen, you can take your helmet off and you don't have to worry about using up your oxygen tank because you don't have to worry about it. You just got to remember when you go someplace like space or you're in your ship, you turn the vents on and off, you got to remember to take your helmet on whenever you want to breathe. I've done that a few times. But yeah, the background you saw, that is of Earth. The sound stuttering is starting to worry me. That's not normal. Ah, wait, slowly. I've got so much going on here because I've been playing it so much. Technically, there is a block cap, but I've turned that off for single player because I've got a base on on Earth's moon. I've got a base on Earth. I've got a base down on Mars, which I'm gonna go down to once I have. There we go. Ooh, wait. There we go. Now I got my thrusters on. I think this little transport pad will let me go down to Mars. I'm gonna find out. Mars Station, Planet Lander, Mars Base. Here we go. Let's go down to Mars Base. And teleport. Like I said, there's 8 times gravity down there compared to Earth. So I will use up my jetpack awfully quickly. And there really isn't that much to show off, so... No, I think I'm upside down. There we go. I've got my fineries and my factory going on here. I don't think there's any oxygen in here. Did they change the gravity on Mars? Now it says 0.9. It used to be 8. What the... Wow, I haven't been on Mars for the last couple of updates apparently. Is there any oxygen in here? I don't think the vents are on. Are the vents on? Can't tell. The vents are on. I need to turn them off. There we go. Now the vents are off. Once those bars go all the way down, then I know all the oxygen's taken out. I don't waste it. Get in a bed? Okay, give me a few minutes and I'll join you. Here's Mars. My little cargo ship, larger than that transport ship, but this is mainly for cargo. I've had to build it a bit tougher for landing on Mars, plus all the cargo. My defense turrets for the meteors that come down, solar panels to keep things charged, so I'm not using the reactors. Defense turrets for if I'm trying to scavenge something and I don't want to get shot by the pirates. Bunch of interior turrets for the on the outside for, well, meteors, and if I decide to take the ship for PvP. Platform for obvious reasons, landing. junction for connecting the storage of this ship to the base. And I have not made a walkway just for the fact I really don't want to land on it and cause damage. But there really isn't much to walk into to show off in here. Teleporter, controls, oxygen generators for the Hydrogen thrusters. Yeah, that's about it. There really isn't much on Mars to show off other than there's ores underground that you have to dig to, and I got ice in one distance. It glitched out. Give me a moment. Here we go. Yeah, I've got ice over there. I can dig it for oxygen or hydrogen if I really wanted to. But yeah. Let me step back outside real quick. It's always a good idea to have two doors. So that way you open one, walk in, close the other, open the other one. If you happen to have the vents on by accident, you don't ventilate your whole ship out. Only a small section of air. Yeah. The mothership and the transport ship that I was on earlier. Damn near 46,000 meters. You can kind of see it in a distance. Up there, that little speck in the middle of the square, if you can. I don't know if you can on the streaming video, but yeah, way up there. I would fly up there, but you're looking at a... I want to say it takes me about 8 minutes, but then again, with the gravity decrease, it probably won't take me that much. Swear to God, it used to be like 8.6 times gravity, and now it's 0.9. Build the ship to be sturdy enough to fight that. Even if I land a little hard, I don't have to worry about crashing too hard. But no. I overlooked an update and didn't realize they fixed it. Eh, well. There is people on YouTube and Twitch that are playing who's got a lot more complex stuff going on and really great creations that look sweet. There's people who has blueprint stuff in the workshop of space engineers, who people who will try to make similar or same like structures from other video games, like the Pillar of Autumn from Halo. I don't know if you've played or seen much of Halo, but yeah. That's a large hydrogen thruster, by the way. But that's about all that I've got on me to show, other than some of the creative items. I can make a rover with different types of wheels. You can control the balance and the friction of the wheels, so you can balance or absorb the shock. You got computers and timing blocks to help make computerized and scripts and whatnot. I got a mod on here for hacking, so I can put a hacking computer on a ship and then let it slowly hack the whole ship so it's under my control, so I don't get it blown up by my defenses. There's... hello. Falling. It's falling kind of fast. Forgot some of those things will just kind of land in the up in the atmosphere and just randomly land. $2.3 thousand meters. You know what? Oh wait, yeah, I've got enough hydrogen. Let's fly out there. Why not? I am flying at 107 meters a second. You can kind of see one of the moons in the distance. It's blinking. That's nice. Make it easier to find. Blink, blink, blink. What we find in here? Ooh, a level 1 drill and some steel plates. The hell? Glitched. I can't. There we go. There we go. Now let's fly back to the planetary lander. The dampeners come in handy for controlling the thrusters. They kind of make you fly like a plane, or more accurately, a boat in the water. So if I were to turn off dampeners and I'm pushing forward, I'll be going forward, but I'll be coming back down to the planet. And I could open these doors manually with these buttons here and turn on and off the vents so that way I don't waste oxygen, basically. Got my med bay, my teleporter pad, module, power efficiency module on this one for the refineries and the manufacturing, oxygen tanks, batteries, reactor, storage. I probably should turn this reactor off. That's one of my module blocks. It's a 1x2 block that allows me to repair or build blocks as I place them. I usually find it best to turn them off, place all the blocks I want, happy with it, then I turn it on. That would be about it. Yes, they are singing out there. At least it sounds like it. Well, it is 11 o'clock, even though tomorrow is the holiday. I'm got some stuff going on in the morning, so I do apologize for cutting the stream short. I do plan on being back tomorrow afternoon, evening, somewhere around there. Since you subscribed, you're good to go. You'll be notified, or at least you'll be noticed when I start streaming again. Can't guarantee I'll be playing Space Engineers when I come on, but I will probably be playing one of my other games, PlanetSide 2, which is another futuristic game. Maybe Elite Dangerous. I do play VR, so if I really get in the mood and I get the other display block up, I will probably be playing Space Engineers in VR, which I'll just be sitting here looking around freely-neely and still be fighting or flying like I would normally with a controller. Like I said, it depends on the mood and what I'm interested in. Now, I really can't schedule when I play games or what games I play like a lot of other streamers do. One of the first problems I have is just the fact that my work schedule is 9 to 6 and basically mood. My streaming used to be at least 2-3 times a week, and well, it's been down to once a week just for the fact that if I'm not... Oh, meteor's coming in. I need to change the distance down on these turrets. Oh, wow, that one got close. Maybe not so much. Maybe I should leave them where they're at. But, if I don't feel like I'm going to be playing a game for an hour, I usually don't stream. Usually because Leslie and I only have one car. So, if I take her to work, I have to go get her from work. I would give her the car, but I have to get away from my work. She goes to work mid-time when I'm at work. Anyways, I'll leave you be. You have a nice night. If you have any questions, you can catch me up on Twitter, on Discord. You can send me a direct message on... Let's see, you're on Twitch. You can always send me a direct message, and I can point you in the right direction if I don't know the answer. But yeah. I think I'm going to finish this up with a teleport back to the mothership. I think this is already set for... Yep, it's already set for the mothership. Beam me up, Scotty. Technically, they never say that, but... The fuck? Oh! Oh, now they're getting enough power. No, they don't have enough power. Batteries turned off? Mars-based batteries. They are on, but with recharge mode. There we go. Think? Yeah, I think I'm upside down. Much better. Anyways. Go ahead and save. Jarvis,
Present.
stop streaming.